How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm gonna be showcasing and showing you guys the best team in the game at the moment, and this team will help you beat absolutely everything. I'm talking about hard mode towers, this hard mode boss that I'm at right now, and this team is absolutely broken, especially because Belanoir's skill is just too broken. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, this is what we're gonna be doing, guys. You can change this regular Belanoir for the Belanoir Libero if you want. It honestly is the same thing. Only thing is the Belanoir does a little bit Libero does a little bit more damage than Belanoir. And yeah, that's just about it. Now, before we go into the passives and all that, this is going to be the team build. It's going to be Hukrides, Celestir, and Ozurk. I'm not going to be explaining too much Ozurk and Celestir. I think everybody knows about it, but it basically is you get 80% damage, and the downside is you just lose a little bit of health from each pal that you get out, like you summon. And Ozurk, every bullet you hit, you're going to be getting 5% damage and defense on your pal, but at the same time it stacks up to 30 times, and it will be 150%. So Ozurk is a must. If you're a multiplayer, you can change Ozurk for another buffer if you want, but Ozurk is much needed. And if you're in a multiplayer and you can't get Ozurk buff, I think I heard that the Palworld devs are going to be fixing that in the future. But yeah, Hukrides is just for the 30% extra damage on Dark Pals. You can replace Hukrides on more Belanoirs if you want, but I think 2 is the sweet spot, because when you summon one, use the ability, she uses the ability, and then you use the F ability again, so you're going to be using 2 abilities per character. By the time you're done using the 2 abilities per character, you're going to be swapping to the other Belanoir, and you repeat that process. And same thing goes when you're done with this Belanoir, you're already going to be having the other Belanoir ready with the 2 abilities. So it's not really that much important to have more than 2 Belanoirs. Alright, well, let's go to the passives. Passives on the supports is going to be the same on all of them. Idiosyncratic to give you more automatic health regeneration for 50%. And Healing Coach for yourself to get 5% more healing. Regeneration healing, 10% defense and 10% more damage. You don't need Vanguard because you're not going to be actually doing that much damage in the party. Celestir Nog is going to be the same thing, and yeah, same thing on these 3. Now Belanoir, you can tweak and play with this. You're obviously going to use Siren of Void. That comes with Belanoir itself. Immortality to counter the Celestir Noct, and Twin Edge Holy Blade for that extra 50% damage. You can change Twin Edge Holy Blade for something like God of Destruction or Demon God or whatever. But yeah, and same thing goes on Belanoir, Immortality, God of Destruction, and you're going to be actually using Serenity just to have that extra active skill cooldown. And Serenity gives you a 10% more damage. So yeah, obviously you're going to be having them with 10 trust, having them with a perfect IVs, and yeah, that's about it. Now I'm going to be showing you guys me beating everything, talking about all the towers and this last boss on hard mode. And this last boss, I actually didn't use any extra pals on the pal box, so you actually don't need that. And yeah, alright, so in this first fight, we're gonna be doing the same thing on every single fight. Obviously you're gonna be waiting for the pal to use the ability. I actually waited here to kill the other NPC just so we don't use the ability on the NPC. But look at the damage, guys. Look at the damage. Just did like 50k with one skill. We just swap onto the next Belanoir. Give her the buff from the Mega Boost gun. And look at the damage, guys. We use one ability, we use the next one. And look at that, 250 from 250, he went to 174. So that was like almost like 70k damage. And we just repeat the process. We change character. And look at that, she's gonna eat that ability. That snipe ability. Pretty simple. Now we use the ability again. Look at that. And I think we kill it on this one. Oh no, I just used a couple. There's a couple shotguns. Oh yeah, well no, I killed it with the apocalypse. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. That was pretty easy. Alright, so in this next one, same thing, guys. Look at that, it's just way too easy. Obviously use the boost gun. I did have the food, the Mamarest food, to give the pals more of that damage buff. I don't think I showed it, but I do have all the accessories that gives the pals damage buffs. I'm gonna be leaving that in the comment down below on where you can find those accessories. But it's just the talisman, the ring, and the scepter or the baton. I don't remember the name. That just buff dark pals damage. And look at this. We're just frying these world bosses. And look at that. We use the ability. She's gonna get hit, but she's still gonna be using the ability. It's only a simple stuff that actually removes the ability. Alright, we're gonna move now to the next one now. I think it's gonna be the sand one. The desert one, yeah. This one's also gonna be very easy. The hard part is just gonna kill the NPCs. Cause look, my Bellanor is just focusing on the NPCs. So actually I don't use the ability right now. I'm just waiting for the pal to kill the NPCs without any ability. Now I use the ability. And she's eating everything, by the way. She's eating everything. We swap Bellanoirs. She uses one skill. She uses this skill on her own. And now we're going to be pressing F to use the skill again. Right now. She uses Apocalypse, which is not bad at all. Apocalypse does a lot of damage too. But look at that damage. I think we kill her. We kill it right now. There we go. I think I just kill it with the drones. Yeah. All right. Perfect. All right. Let's move on to the next one. All right. So in this next one, this is one of the hardest ones, just because at the end he spawns another one and does the same skills, the same damage, and I think he has like even more HP. So not more HP, but he has like same amount of HP. And also the skills from this character does so much damage to you itself, not only to you but to your pals. Is the one that he just goes into like a dive. This one's that freeze are not a problem. That one. Look at that one. Obviously, we didn't get hit by that one because we used the F skill and she TP'd. We use Apocalypse in this one. This one we don't have like extra damage because he's dark too. But look at that damage. Just removed my shield in 1 second. And my Bellanor died. Yep. That's what I said, that the skills from this dude just does so much damage, especially if he hits everything. So right now we only have one Bellanor. I tried just to make her focus one character, but for some reason she started focusing the clone, which Make no sense. That's why I just pulled her back. I'm like, you know what? Stop hitting the clone. I think here I'm kind of like scared because I'm gonna die. Look at that. But thank God I have the wings, and we can just dodge that from the wings. He actually did. He used Apocalypse himself. I'm just waiting for Bellinor F skill to reset, and actually trying to survive right here. I'm actually getting caught by these two pals just beating me up, but I think we beat it real quickly here. Yeah, right here. Perfect. That was hard, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, this next one. This was easy. Not gonna lie, this was easy. This one he's dark. I pull him back because she got stunned. But yeah, we actually get the other pals with Apocalypse. I use the ability. Look at that, she just ate that ability. Now I swap characters. Because obviously we didn't add any other cooldowns. Now the thing about this boss fight is he has like a leaf attack, but it does so much damage, it's insane. That one also does a lot of damage because it's a dragon ability. So you can get one shot from that ability, so you gotta watch out. So we use the next ability again, right here. And he's already at 100k HP, so we swap characters, we buff her out. Remember guys, I'm using food on every single one of these just to make it quicker, but as you can see I'm just clearing them in like less than 3 minutes. But if you don't use the food or you don't have the food, look at that. Oh my god, we just pulled her back in a buster beater. That's what I keep telling you guys. That ability, that leaf ability can just one-shot your pals, especially if it's done point blank. This next one is gonna be the Moonflower Tower, I think. This one's easy, just because I think she's neutral and we do insane damage to neutral. So we got rid of the ability. Sorry, we got rid of the NPCs real quick. Now look at that. Oh my god, we just did 150k, just one ability. Because it's super effective on this. Look at how much we're frying that pal. It's insane, man. If you can't beat this boss with this build, I don't know what you're doing, man. So I think here we just yeah she just TPs below her and just fries her. This one I didn't have the thing for the cold, but it's fine. We still beat it. Same thing that happens on this thing on the pals. We just gotta beat the pals first. Thankfully, he did Apocalypse and also hit the pal, and he did the ability too, and he hit the other thing. I think I just AR him. Yeah, I just use an AR and shoot him. Right here, obviously, we use the ability. We're just frying him. I'm not gonna lie. This one is not that hard. The only hard part is because I didn't have the outfit for the cold. But yeah, we just beat it. I think we beat it here. Yeah, easy. Now this next one is gonna be a little tricky. As you can see, we're not super effective or anything like that because he's Dragon 2. And he does a lot of damage, but right there, just one ability, we just did 80k. But the tricky part is, look, you see how he's aiming? She's aiming like somewhere where she's not even actually hitting him. So that's the only downside. Make sure to actually pull out your pal before whenever he starts doing that ability. It's like a dragon ability. That will absolutely one-shot your pal. And also, super important in this fight, make sure to, whenever he does the whirlpool at the middle, call out your pal just like that. And I'm just dodging everything because I'm thinking he's gonna be doing the big whirlpool in the middle, and in fact he did. Just if you have the wingsuit, just run into a corner so you don't get sucked into the middle. If you get sucked into the middle, you're most likely gonna be dying. Obviously, same thing. We just pull her out. Wait for her to do the ability. Actually, I didn't wait. I just did the ability. And look, this is what I'm telling you. Look, she's just shooting nothing. That's why I just recalled her back. And just the other character. Even though we're not super effective, we're not actually even hitting the proper parts of the boss. We're like missing half of the abilities. As you can see, like right there, I'm not even hitting him. We're still doing hella damage. We're only 2 minutes in, and we already have him like 150k HP. Actually gonna be doing the ability again. Now that's the ability I was telling you guys. I didn't recall her because I was in the water, but mostly because she wasn't getting taken that much. Now here, same thing. Just recall your pal and go to the corner. It's gonna be very important to have the wingsuit, not only on this fight but on the last boss fight on hard mode, which is gonna be right here. Now in this fight, make sure to have food on not only yourself but on the pals. On myself, I use the Gale Class 2 or something that use the Gale Claw meat that gives you more defense, and on my pals I give them extra attack, just because the more attack they have, the more they heal. So even though if they're like very low, if they just do one ability, they're just gonna go back to full HP because of immortality. So before I obviously go in, I use my drones, I buffer, and I have my pal outside when I start it, because as soon as she's gonna start doing abilities, and that'll be just an extra second. I recalled my pal just so she doesn't get hit by that big beam in the middle, the blue beam. Even though you can just dodge that blue beam with the ability sometimes, I just recalled her back just because I knew she was gonna get hit by that thing. I actually used the ability right here, but you dodge this. I think she got hit by that, but so I just recalled her. Make sure to recall her before she gets knocked down. If she gets sucked up into the air, make sure to recall her. Now this ability right there in the ground, you just gotta jump up and fly. The one that he does like a big wave in the ground. This boss fight is just you dodging and just managing the cooldowns. I like to recall the pals before I use the active ability, because every time they do the ability, they get stuck below the boss, so they just get like kind of useless and they don't do anything. They don't do any ability or nothing. So after they do that ability below the boss, just recall them. But if they move, you can just use the ability. So right here, I use the beam launcher to break the wings. But actually, if you have the ability up, she can also just break it on her own. And make sure to keep buffing your pals with the Mega Boost Run. Now, as you see that area below the boss, that's what you need to dodge. Hold the starter. And you use the ability, you repeat the process, and you just gotta dodge those abilities. As you can see, I did recall her, but I didn't need to, just because he was aiming like to the sky, and she was not gonna get hit by that. Now this ability that he just dropped, if you see that they're all going to your pal, make sure to recall it. That will leave your pal one shot. We're just gonna continue doing this ability. Now, when he does this, that means second phase is gonna start. Keep your pal outside. You're not gonna get hit or anything. so don't worry. I always wait a little bit before using my ability instead of if they're gonna be doing the ability themselves. And as you see, they did. Those ability that you saw from the boss, make sure to dodge it. This one also, if you see that your pals is gonna get hit by that, make sure to dodge that, because that will one-shot your pals for sure. We just use the ability. I forgot to, I think, no, I didn't. No, I forgot to buffer, I think. Never mind, I didn't. So before she gets stuck up, I just swap her. That's the great thing about having two different pals. You can just swap them. I don't know why I did that actually, but yeah. Right now I'm just waiting for them, for the pal to use the ability. She didn't use the ability, so I use it myself. But as you can see, that ability right there, it's so much pain. I recalled her because he was looking at her, and he did the ability that drops the meteors from the sky. So whenever he's looking at her and uses the ability, that means all the meteors are gonna go to your pal. But right here, this is what I'm saying. You gotta dodge that ability, bro. That ability can just one-shot you if all of them hit you. And as you can see, I didn't actually recall her because we have to do this thing. I dropped the other pal. I was actually really nervous because whenever he does this, he does like big waves around the map. So I recommend you to just put your pal down, use that ability, and just run up, or try to use your beam launcher to break those wings, because you gotta break the wings. It's not like a DPS check. So right now, as you see those little rocks in the air, if you can't see the area below, those rocks means that it's gonna do that ability right there. Also, I like to wait a little bit before using the F ability, because sometimes he just he just TPs. And also, guys, make sure to dodge those wheels. Those wheels will leave you like one shot. I think I didn't get hit by a single wheel in this one, which is pretty nice. But I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was stuck here for hours with another build, so I pretty much know everything on how the boss moves and everything. That's why I'm kind of like narrating what to do on this boss fight. But yeah, pretty straightforward, guys. Keep on doing that same thing. Whenever he does the ability, recall her back, because as you can see, she's like outside of the map. I did get hit by one, but thank God I had my shield up. And he does 3 wheels, so make sure to dodge them. It has that like pink type of thing. Just run away from that thing. She got hit. I just recalled her back. I replace her. Use the other one. As you can see, yeah, he TP'd. That's so annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Another wheeled. Remember, it's 3 wheels. I don't know how I didn't get hit by that one. I'm not gonna lie. And this one. I didn't put my pals down. I was focused more on dodging the wheels. We still have 4 minutes, guys. We still have 4 minutes and only 1 more million to do. And right now, I called out my pal because that beam, as you can see, it almost killed her. So I used my ability again, and I almost killed me. Look at that. I used my ability again, so she could like get to full HP. We swap pals, obviously. We wait for her to the ability. We recall her back. We pull her back in. We use the ability now, so she can heal back from that ability that he got one shot. So right now, as you can see, I'm hitting him, but he does not getting less HP. Now we just keep doing the same thing. We boost her. We wait for her to finish the ability. I think we recall her back before she actually ends the ability, so we can maximize the ability done on the next one. And we'd use the ability again. He only has 120k left, and we're done. And as you can see, guys, I didn't use any extra pals from the pal decks. Is that broken, this build? It's literally that broken. I was close to actually not completing it, but I didn't actually manage my cooldowns properly because I on my other Bellinor I used my other ability too early. But it's fine because a little bit of damage went through. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, take care, guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye.